Well, boy, it's hot. We're melting. But here we are. The PSD Resistance. Old versus new. We're gonna take this fuel injected 4-stroke 6-speed MX250 and pair it up head to head straight line shootout on the 370 5-speed 2-stroke. And we wait till the fire trucks go by. Now, if you remember this bike, this was the Bitsa bike I bought at the Mecum auction that never ran. And it had, well, the head wasn't sealed. It's got a piston port top end on a 207 bottom end, mismatched, no reeds, and it had a 40 millimeter carburetor connected to a 38 millimeter intake. Well, the carburetor was not put together right. It was missing the idle jet and was dumping fuel into the cylinder. Now, the 207 motor came with a 40 millimeter carburetor, which is correct. It's an Amel Mark II square-bodied carburetor. But if you look, and what threw me is the intake manifold diameter was 38 millimeter, causing me to suspect something else. And here's what we found. First off, this is a model 112 cylinder. Yeah, it's a 360, but it's a piston port. And the piston port 112 would have had a 36 millimeter carburetor. Later you could get a 38 millimeter carburetor, but this is not a 207 cylinder. So it's like they built this bike from a mishmash of leftover parts. We fixed all that. So I'm still not running reed valves, but I've got a properly jetted 38 millimeter carburetor. The reason it wouldn't start when we were trying to start it on the starter is the bearded mechanic does it. I think he's not showing you all the times their bike don't start. Well, two things. I replaced the twin spark moto plat and I reset the timing because these late engines are long stroke and the timing is different. So if you just look up a Pursang and you get the 2.6 millimeter, it's at 2.9 now, and it lights up fine. This bike, oh, and it made a noise, and that noise you can see here in this video. It's going to first, fine, but it'll make a noise, almost like there should be a stop there. You'll hear it go, Listen. It was the selector. That noise is actually this pin hitting the chain when the shift pedal is knocked down. It's hitting right here. You can see if you look closely, it's even worn a little bit. And if you look, this is called the selector. It's been modified. That's not the issue. Now, I don't know if they welded a pin on there, modified the lever, or if there's the wrong spacer behind here, but we can take all this apart without splitting the cases, and that's what we're going to do and see what we find. For the gear shift, they had the wrong spacer behind the clutch hub, so the selector, the pin on the lever for the selector, was rubbing against the primary chain. It's a millimeter difference, and that's different in the later models because the bearings changed and the hub width of the bearing is a little different. So it's a Bitsa bike, but it's all straightened out. We got a 370 black case and a 250 frame. I'm gonna say around 75. I mean, we could look at the number, but who cares? You taking bets? Our money's on the Bultaco.
Yeah, we think that's gonna pull it.
But the ringer is on the slow bike. So that'll happen. I like to stand. Oh, I'll stand on the dirt bike stand.
Hey, you want it?
Just helps with the left kick.
Are you all right?
Yeah. That's fun.